Hello to you wonderful people, and thank you Vicky Thomas and your dynamic team for making this possible and happen. I would like you to remember the following sentence: the power of etiquette and manners. Now, as the market leader in our industry, we were founded purely on bringing people together, learning from one another, and taking the good from one another's cultures and really incorporating it into our lives. This is inclusion on all fronts, and this really helps us to connect on every single level and build friendships and relationships. Someone asked me many years ago, what are etiquette and manners to you, Philip? And my reply was, firstly, in a world where you can be absolutely anything, be kind. Secondly, it is the ability to put people at ease and to make people feel comfortable in any given situation. Thirdly, have a what can I do for you attitude. How can I help you and support you? And fourthly, if we all do a random act of kindness on a daily basis, we may just set the world in the right direction. There is an incredible word in the South African culture, and it's called ubuntu, which is a Nguni Bantu term meaning humanity. It is often translated as I am because we are, or humanity towards others. In other words, human nature, humanness, humanity, virtue, goodness, kindness. At Nelson Mandela's memorial, the United States President at the time, Barack Obama, spoke about Ubuntu, saying there is a word in South Africa, ubuntu, a word that captures Mandela's greatest gift, his recognition that we are all bound together in ways that are totally invisible to the eye, that there is a oneness to humanity, that we achieve ourselves by sharing ourselves with others and caring for those around us. We can never know how much of this sense was innate in him or how much was shaped in a dark and solitary cell. But we remember the gestures, large and small, introducing his jailers as honored guests at his inauguration, taking a pitch in a Springbok uniform, turning his family's heartbreak into a call to confront HIV/AIDS. That revealed the depth of his empathy and his understanding. He not only embodied Ubuntu, he taught millions to find that truth within themselves. And as Archbishop Desmond Tutu describes this perspective, Ubuntu is not I think, therefore I am. It says rather, I am a human because I belong. I participate. I share. In essence, I am because you are. Now we are truly all in this together. We will only succeed by showing respect for one another and by building friendships, partnerships, relationships, showing love and care for one another in life. There really is only one race, and that is the human race. We need to empower one another. We all need to participate as stakeholders in this world for now and for the generations to come. We can all succeed together exponentially as and when we adopt this humanity towards others. I'd love to share a story about a South African rugby player, Makazole Mapimpi. He plays number 11. Now, when the coach from the team, Erasmus, was interviewed, Erasmus breaks down while recounting a heartbreaking story relating to Makazole Mapimpi's story, who scored South Africa's first ever try in a World Cup. And that's a World Cup final, which is something of a real, strong, beautiful fairy tale. He was born into poverty in possibly the poorest circumstances in the Eastern Cape. Now, the coach explains and says on the back of the jerseys, they all have a number. The number depicts which team they play for, which position they play for. And he suggested that they all put photographs of their family inserted into that number, into their rugby jersey number. And along comes Makazole, and all he has in there are pictures of himself. And the coach comes to him and says, Makazole, why have you done this? And Makazole turns around and he says, I've got nobody. You know, my brother died, my mother died, and I don't have any photographs. And Erasmus finishes the story, the tears rolling down his cheeks. And he turns around and he says he doesn't play for one thing. He just has a huge, massive heart. And he repeats, a massive heart. You know, we are all so busy. We have our own priorities and important plans and huge agendas. Often our attitude is, I don't want to be inconvenienced. Don't bother me with your problems. I've got enough problems of my own. Too often, because of our own selfishness, we choose to close our hearts to others. How can you tell if your heart is open or closed? And the answer to that is fairly straightforward. Are you frequently concerned about other people? Or are you only concerned about only yourself? Do you take time to make a difference, to encourage others, to lift their spirits, to make people feel better about themselves? Do you follow the flow of love that God puts into your heart towards somebody in need continually? As Maya Angelou said, I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I'd like to take this opportunity to really share my purpose with you all and why I do what I do. And the purpose of my life is to be alive and joyful, to be present with energy and passion, to embrace and appreciate those close to me, to learn and grow and work with people so that I can inspire and help them to live a fuller life, to love more abundantly, and to make a greater difference in this world now and forever. My final message to you is this. You all have a journey and a story. You all have so much to offer. And please remember the past. Live in the moment. Be very present. And put your faith and trust in the future. Find your purpose. Find your why. And make it happen. And I thank you for your time.